mind is part of our mind that is responsible for the present moment. When we think, when we feel, when we act in the present, that's when we are functioning consciously. Our subconscious mind is a part of the mind responsible for storing information. It's a giant, giant storage house. Also, it's responsible for habitual conduct and for controlling our involuntary functions of our body. But any involuntary function of the body can come under voluntary control if we consciously choose to access information from the subconscious mind. How can we do it? The functions of the body which are under voluntary control, it's very simple to exercise control over them. I choose to touch the tip of my nose, I do it. I choose to scratch my forehead, I do it. But I cannot say, I want my heart rate to increase. And yet, by connecting with my subconscious, with the storage house of my consciousness, of my experiences, I can actually increase my heart rate. How? I can think about something that happened, something very exciting that happened in the past, and suddenly my heart rate increases. So, we can go back and forth from conscious into subconscious accessing information. And our subconscious mind stores information. It's not for us or against us. It doesn't like us or dislike us. It's really like a computer program, programmed to store information. And it stores information in the most efficient way. It stores information in associations. For example, you walk into your apartment and it's dark. You don't say to yourself, it is dark, I need light, there is electricity in this apartment, there is a switch, where is it, on the right, on the left? No, you go and automatically go, boom, to the right. Why? Because the dark room became associated with the movement to the right and putting up the switch. If you did it a couple of times, now information is stored. Now it's part of your subconscious. Or you're walking on the street, you're involved in a conversation with a friend, the light turns red, you don't say, now I have to stop on the red light because my mom said when I was a child, stop on the red light. No, you continue your conversation, you stop without thinking. Why? Because stopping on the red light is connected with the red light. Even if you see that red light with your peripheral vision, the red light, stop, they're associated. So that's a good part of what happened with subconscious mind. There is a little problem, and that is that subconscious mind, just like a computer program, doesn't have feelings, doesn't discriminate. It stores information, any information, good or bad. So when you were a child, in the time between, particularly between the age of 4 and 11, when you are literally in a semi-hypnotic state. In fact, your brain waves are at the level of being hypnotized. And that's a whole different lecture. But in that time, from the age of 4 to 11, let's say, you bring a little picture that you drew to your father. And he said, oh, no, I don't have time. The next time you did something, you have a project, Dad, let me show, oh, not now. If it happens over and over and over again, you store information. How you store it? I'm being creative, it's not important. Or I want something, the teacher didn't respond. I asked Mom, she didn't respond. My needs are not satisfied. So if it happens over and over and over again, now it's a new pattern, an association in your subconscious mind. I don't matter. So you grow up and you want to do something and you have ideas, but you don't even try because you know it ain't going to work. Of course, there are ways to reprogram your subconscious mind. It's possible. It's important to know that you cannot really erase, you cannot take out something from your subconscious mind. You can create a new program. That is, if a program was embedded, reinforced over and over again about something negative, you can create a new program, you can create a new pattern, and by willfully reinforcing it, you can make it even a greater program that runs your life. Give you an example. A simple habit of smoking. In the beginning, I don't think that too many people smoked the first cigarette and said, "Oh, I love it, it's delicious." No, you smoke first time, you cough, you hate it, but because of peer pressure, whatever reason, you start smoking. Maybe you smoked your first cigarette, you were sharing with a friend, you were talking about something and you smoked. The next time you were talking about something, you smoked. Several times you did it. Remember, the pattern is established. Having a nice conversation with a friend, lighting up a cigarette. Once it happened 5, 6, 7, 8 times, the 9th time information is released by your subconscious. Whereas the cigarette, you're having a conversation. Then another time you were talking on the phone, you lit up a cigarette. A few times you did it. Next time you pick up the phone, light up a cigarette. Smokers know. Those who smoked after a meal. You finish a meal, you put the fork and the knife down. You don't need to say, now I finished the meal, I need to smoke. No, you begin to look for cigarettes. Why? Once one part of the association that is stored in your subconscious, finishing a meal and a cigarette, once one part is present, I finished the meal, the other one comes automatically, even if you don't want it. So that's why sometimes a person can be encouraged and inspired to do something, then boom, they say, something doesn't allow me to do it. Why? Because you have the old program. So, number one, we need to identify what that program is. And it's possible. There are mental techniques that I use to identify the programs. It's very simple. You look at certain patterns that are not satisfying in your life, and that's how you know about the program. And then you create a new program. And the best is if you can interfere with the old program. And then it's your responsibility to be conscious, to be aware of your environment. And once you notice that some behavior, some events are part of the old program, to recognize, oops, this is from the old story. I choose this. And you reinforce your positive, life-enhancing experience by making that conscious choice. There are other ways to reinforce your subconscious. One is, as I said, through conscious repetition. Another way is through hypnosis. But that's another totally different subject, and we can talk about it another time.